guys, what's up? It's Ablaze Monkey. I'm back for another video. In today's video, we are going to be going back to reviewing Black Clover chapters. Yes, it's been a while since I've done this, but I did say I would, and I am now back. I'm back for a banger of a chapter, a massive chapter that has really taken the community by storm, and I thought it would be the perfect time to return. So, before I do get into this video, make sure you leave a like if you want to see me review the next chapter. Get this video to, let's say, I want to put the like goal a bit low, so let's just say 60-70 likes. If it gets to that, then I will continue to review these chapters weekly, but I'm going to be giving my insight and my thoughts into this chapter as we delve into it. Also, be sure to subscribe with post notifications on, as it does really help the channel. You will see more Black Clover content if, of course, you do subscribe. Obviously, my last video was a while ago, but that was for good reason, and I'm now back. I'm going to be uploading plenty of different Black Clover content, such as arc reviews, character reviews, and of course, weekly manga chapter reviews, which is what we're doing here. So let's not waste any more time. So make sure you do go follow my Twitter. I do sometimes retweet and post about Black Clover, and of course, make sure you join my Discord server, where you can talk to other people about Black Clover, I guess, or Dragon Ball if you are interested in that. But with that, let's jump straight into this video. Chapter 317 begins right where we left off. It was a beautiful panel last chapter. If you didn't read the last chapter, I highly recommend you go read it. It was a really interesting chapter because it paralleled Asta and Yami's relationship in a lot of ways. Obviously, we have the iconic scene of Asta doing the Infinity Slash, which was very similar to Yami's Dimension Equinox Slash. So it was really interesting to see Asta do that because, you know, we saw how powerful Asta was with his new Devil Union Demon Slasher form. So yeah, it was really interesting to see that, and we see how Asta essentially one-shotted Lucifero as Lucifero kind of just crumbles to the ground. We watch as all these civilians, which are actually really interesting. I hope we do get to delve into the civilians a bit more, and as we go more into this chapter, you will see the civilians are very much present in this chapter, but they're basically just running away from Lucifero, who's been split in two. Yep, remember that, he's been cut in half. So yeah, he's been split in two and he's kind of just crumbling to the ground, and they're kind of running for their lives. We do see Yuno protecting them using Spirit of Euros, which I am very happy to see completely back. Obviously, in a prior chapter, Yuno used this technique against Zenon, and it was a pretty cool technique. I'm hoping we get to see more of Yuno's use of the different abilities of his new form. Obviously, we've got his whole new grimoire, and we've of course got this new ability, which I don't want people to forget, and we see a nice Mimosa in the background, which I do hope that they will expand more on Yuno and Mimosa's relationship following the next few chapters in this arc. We then see Asta acknowledging Yuno in his new form, which is nice. You know, we finally get the two characters kind of conversing, besides Asta meeting Yuno and seeing him with the new grimoire. I feel like we've just had constant action in this arc. We haven't had any of the characters really take any breaks to digest what's going on, but they do acknowledge each other. We also get a nice scene of Partry saving William. That nice relationship there, of course, being one of the driving factors of the last arc of the Elf Saga. Obviously, that was one of the key plot points. You know, William and Partry's relationship, them sharing the same body, and we see Largus's input. We then see Yami, who is in a real state. Yami is completely done. His body's all cracked over, and he is clearly on the verge of death. He's not dead, not that close to death, but we can see that the Quillipuff tree, the advent of the tree, has definitely drained him of a lot of his life force and energy. We see a nice scene with the Black Balls smiling, you know, acknowledging their captain, saying, "Yes, sir," but we get something a bit ominous, and this is the second half of the chapter. We get to see this is where things really heat up. We see Nut looking very ominously. He's standing to the side instead of going up to Yami. He's kind of just looking off into the distance, and that is when we see one of the craziest revelations that I was not expecting at all in this chapter. Well, before we get to that though, I do want to acknowledge that we get more scenes of the, you know, citizens of the Spade Kingdom hugging Yuno and thanking him for everything, for saving them, and of course, them just being grateful, saying they're going to rebuild the Spade Kingdom. But that is when we see, oh, it's such a beautiful panel, the second gate devil asking them, "Why are you all taking it so easy?" And this is really interesting because this text bubble is almost like dreamily, foggily, like melting away. And this is one of the first devils besides Zagred and Asta that we've seen that has black hair. This is really cool. He has such a cool design, and he tells them, strangely, that the sooner you get out of here, the better. So we're only left to question, could this devil be on the side of humans? I mean, he's warning them about, something coming, and he could have easily just took them all out and killed them. We obviously want to wonder about what this devil's magic is. Well, I've seen a lot of fan theories, and I have to agree that I think his magic is nightmare magic. Similar to Dorothy's dream magic, I think that he is the kind of parallel to her, so I think he does have nightmare magic, which is also why he looks so tired and droopy, and why he kind of just gives off that kind of vibe, and he honestly kind of looks like, or he, she, it, or they, I don't know what, it hasn't been revealed yet, it kind of looks like an evil, not evil, but it kind of has a similar resemblance to Libe, in a way. He has kind of similar, he has more curved shaped horns, but he doesn't have that kind of same appearance as Libe. But of course, we have to then take a look at the massive thing we see, and what it is exactly that he's warning them about: the manifestation of Lucifero, the main villain of this arc or saga, the main villain of everything that we've started since the beginning of the story. Lucifero, the devil host of Dante and of course Morris. He manifests, and it is so cool to finally see his design. We've obviously only seen him in those shadowy devil-like figures, but we now know truly what he looks like. I saw a lot of fan art for Lucifero leading up to this chapter, and now that we finally got his design, it has exploded. There has been loads of great fan art from so many different people, just showing Lucifero's design. And I'm here for it, man. The two devils that were revealed in this chapter have been a sight to look at. The designs are incredible. I mean, even Asta, his Devil Union slasher form was really great to look at. I mean, Tabata has not missed on the designs for any characters during this entire arc. And finally seeing the big bad villain, Lucifero, is great. And we see him say, "You there. Your heads are all raised far too high." I can't wait to hear the voice acting in the anime when that hopefully does get animated, because God, he just exerts such a cool presence, just such a cool character, such a cool villain. And we then see how's the entire surface next to the Spade Kingdom castle, with all those villagers, all those soldiers, all those people and citizens of the Spade Kingdom are flattened. We see Asta rushing, shocked, and we then get a very similar scene. This is again a parallel with Yami. If you remember, when Yami and Asta defeated Dante, of course, Zenon appeared right next to him, and in a split second, Lucifero appears right next to Asta. If you remember, Asta has been prophesied by the Wizard King to definitely die during this arc, so we have all been speculating as to what's going to happen with Asta's supposed death, and I think this is our answer. We see Lucifero state, "You're the bastard who was foolish enough to interfere with my complete manifestation," as Lucifero's sick design is only technically 50% of his manifestation. So it's not his full 100% manifestation, but we see Asta sweating, and we even see underneath an editor's note saying, "The Lucifero appears, is war about to break out?" So this hasn't even been the real war. The real war is actually just about to begin, and I am so here for it. This was an incredible chapter. I'm so happy I came back to reviewing Black Clover, because this was a great chapter to start on. Oh my god, I cannot believe that Tabata just pulled up and just gave us such a great chapter before the end of the year. This is the last chapter of the year, so there won't be a chapter next week, which means obviously we'll be reviewing the series next week, but I do have to say that this chapter was incredible. From the spirit of Euros at the beginning and Asta's Infinity Slash, to the reveal of the second gate devil, to Lucifero's appearance, it's all been great. I mean, what more can you ask for in a Black Clover chapter? This has been a great way to, I would say, end this arc. I feel like this is the ending to this arc. We're about to start a whole new arc now that Lucifero has appeared next to Asta. It definitely feels quite conclusive. It feels like, this is the last chapter of the year. It's such a cliffhanger though, to leave Lucifero right next to Asta, and Libe right there too. I expect the next chapter to begin with Libe just immediately attacking Lucifero. We know his hatred for him. It's been a very good chapter in my opinion. So many different cool designs and cool things. It felt very fan servicey, definitely felt very fan servicey, but it still felt grounded to the plot. Definitely one of the key chapters of this arc in this entire saga. And yeah, I would like to thank you so very much for watching. If you did enjoy my chapter review and listening to me talk about this latest chapter for 10 minutes, then please do leave a like if you would like to see more, if you did enjoy this video. Also be sure to subscribe with post notifications on, as well as that be sure to go follow my Twitter because I do post about Black Clover as I said at the start of this video, and of course be sure to join my Discord server, which will be linked down below, hopefully in the comments. I would be very interested to hear your discussions on this chapter down below in the comments. I will be replying to hopefully all the comments so I can hear all your thoughts on this chapter. What do you think of the second ranked devil? What do you think of the second gate devil? What do you think his magic is, or her magic is, or its magic is? What do you think its real intentions are? Because, you know, it warned them about Lucifero, and what do you think about Lucifero's great design, and what do you expect him to do? What do you think about Asta's supposed death? Do you think Lucifero is about to initiate that? Well, I guess we'll have to find out in the next chapter in 2 weeks. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you all in my next video. Laters!